Hey, welcome to Patch Along. I'm that beat. This is a little less formal, a little more free-form, looser than what I usually do. Instead of a very rigorously structured and written tutorial, we'll just be taking a sound design technique and exploring it in real time. If you have a synth at home, you can follow along, and hopefully we all come out knowing a little more about sound design. Today I want to experiment with filter movement, particularly the style of filter movement found in paraphonic synths. Paraphonic synthesizers typically only have one filter, which precludes any per voice movement of the filter. So you can't have something like this, where there's a distinct attack on each voice. Instead, you'll get something like this, where only the first note has the attack. I think there's something very appealing about that, how as you play up, you lose a lot of brightness and you just kind of move up into the darkness, whereas if you arpeggiate downward, you hold onto that brightness a little better because while the filter's moving down, you are moving down as well. So let's try to design some paraphonic-style pads that you might get from something like a Korg monopoly. First, let's initialize. So now we just have sine waves. Let's start off with a sawtooth. And then let's put a sub-oscillator as well. So square wave and octave down. This isn't a true sub-oscillator because it's not in sync with the first oscillator, but it's a similar effect. Right now, I also have it tuned to Kernberger 2. Let me put it back on equal temperament. So now let's pick our filter type. I'm going to pick the 2-pole saturated filter. And let's close it about halfway. And then bring up resonance to maybe around 10-15%. Now here's the important part. We want the filter envelope to be single trigger. Now you can hear that onset is bright, but then so now let's add some amp envelope as well. I really don't want the amp envelope doing too much, just kind of emphasizing the key points of the filter movement. We want a quick attack and a little bit of decay into a fairly high but not 100% sustain. So in that way, we're just kind of emphasizing, just adding a little boost to that onset. And then a little bit of release, just so it lingers a bit. So that's pretty nice so far. Let's add another sawtooth, slightly detuned, just to thicken it up a little bit. That's nice. Let's add a little bit of effects as well. I want to add some chorus and then some reverb. Let's go long decay on that reverb, and let's mellow out that chorus a little bit. Let's also add a delay, but longer. So right now we have something that's already kind of nice. But it's not quite it's not like a living thing yet. Right now it's still kind of static. That paraphonic effect is really pretty, but it's nothing special yet. So let's add some modulation to make this a little more expressive. So first let's add aftertouch and route that to the filter cutoff specifically. So now we can push it back open with the aftertouch. Because with this paraphonic filter movement, we're kind of fighting the filter. And the aftertouch allows us to have a little more control over that. Let's also go to the filter and add a little bit of key tracking. This is something you can't do on a paraphonic synth. So while the filter movement is shared between voices, the filter placement isn't necessarily shared. And then let's route LFO1 to, let's do oscillator 1 pitch. But let's make that controlled by aftertouch. With the delay, that creates a very cool layered effect. So let's see what we can do with our mod wheel. Right now we have our pitch bend wheel set to an octave. But right now our mod wheel does nothing. We can take another envelope, let's do filter envelope 2, set that to loop, and then route that to the filter. Actually, before we do that, let's add some velocity sensitivity to the filter. That's nice. Okay, so now filter envelope 2, we have looping. And let's set that to single trigger as well, and route that to the filter. So I routed it to VCA instead. So now it's adding to our volume, and I kind of like it. It's almost like a delay effect. Honestly, I think it's very good, and we haven't even used the mod wheel yet. What if the mod wheel is used to control our reverb? So now let's do reverb time. So now I can make the note kind of hang in the air with the mod wheel, and then drop it off if we want to. That's nice. Now that's a dream. That is a really good patch. I think we'll call it there. This has been Patch Along. I'm That Beat. Thank you for watching.